Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. My name is Cindy D. Whitmer, and I am the Midlife Makeover Coach, helping you turn your midlife into your best life, one step at a time. Through powerful conversations, my own midlife roller coaster story, and over 3 decades of helping people transform their lives through counseling and coaching, I am on a mission to help you create your own definition of success and happiness. Thank you for being here. Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here at the Life Makeovers podcast. My name is Cindy D. Whitmer, and I am the Midlife Makeover Coach. And today I'm talking to you about the one thing that I think can make any situation better. And that is truly, 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 from the bottom of your heart, loving yourself and loving yourself properly. And I have a guide, a free guide that I'd love for you to get. And it's on my website at cindydwhitmer.com. So I'll put this in the show notes as well. And when you go to my website on the main page, it'll just pop up for you and you can download it and read it on the spot. And it's really 5 ways to love yourself. It's called It's Your Time, How to Start Loving Yourself Unapologetically Today. And it's been around for a while, so some of you may already have it, but it's definitely a good little resource that you can keep for always from me and give you some real tips and practical ways that you can start loving yourself today. And at the end of it, there is a link to get my ebook free, The Midlife Makeover Method, The Secret to Loving Yourself Fully and Living on Your Terms, which is honestly one of my biggest pride and joys in terms of my professional projects. And it's a book that's filled with thousands of dollars of coaching right in there and stories of other women who've been down the path as well. And of course, you can get a print copy at Amazon if you would prefer that, and appreciate that. But anyway, so there you go. Please go get the guide and start loving yourself today, because here are some of the reasons it's going to make a huge difference in your life. This is why I teach this all the time, because it can solve many, many issues for you when you're genuinely loving yourself. So, number 1, you're not going to feel guilty about needing anything. Now, this is when you fully, fully love yourself. Okay, these are the benefits that you're going to enjoy when you learn to love yourself unapologetically. Okay, number 1, again, I'll say it. You will not feel guilty about needing anything. Many of you out there seem to think it's bad or wrong to have needs and want something. And, when you choose something for yourself, you're not choosing against others. You're choosing for you. It doesn't take away from other people when we, get something we need. So remember that. Remember that. Number 2, you will no longer feel selfish for wanting anything. So yeah, there's the needs we just talked about, but wanting something, it's not selfish to want something. It's just we all have desires. We all have things we want. We have things we want to have. We have things we want to do. And that means we're humans who are living in the world. That's all that means. It doesn't make you selfish. And again, you wanting something for you doesn't take away from me wanting something for me or anyone else in the world either. There's plenty to go around. There's more than enough everything to go around. And the idea that you're being selfish is really damaging to your own sense of worth. And so Iyanla Vanzant, who is an internationally known author and speaker and talks about self-love all the time, says that, we are not selfish. It is being self-full, filling yourself up. And then you're going to be more fueled up, charged up to serve others around you and love people properly. And so actually, when you allow yourself the things that you need and you want, you're going to feel fuller in your life and have more actually to give. instead of giving from your reserves or giving from an empty tank. So keep that in mind. Try to change your mindset around that so you can give yourself permission to do the things you want to do and have the things you need and want. Number 3, healthy boundaries will come much more naturally for you when you love yourself. In other words, you will, have good boundaries around your time, who you spend your time with, how you spend your time, good boundaries, healthy boundaries around your money, only spending what's really within your wheelhouse and taking good care of your finances and not feeling obligated to overgive or overfunction financially for other people. Boundaries around your energy. You'll do better at knowing, oh, I need to take a step back right now, or yes, I can add that to my agenda in life right now. So those kinds of things, those will come better for you. And you'll also know what you're going to tolerate in relationships as well. Like you will not put up with this, but you will allow that or whatever in your home or in your life and that kind of thing. So those healthy boundaries are going to come naturally for you. You're going to be clearer about them and more willing to insist on maintaining them when you love yourself properly. Number 4, you're going to allow yourself to do things you feel really passionate about. Really passionate about. So your passions aren't going to get lost. Sometimes I know it's really hard, especially when you're a new parent, for example, and your life is just consumed with, raising children, or maybe it's consumed with running the family business, or maybe it's consumed with church work or nonprofit volunteering or something like that. Life can get very consumed, or caregiving, like we talked about recently on the podcast. And when you're consumed with other things, one of the first things to go are things you really feel passionate about, things you really want to do, whether it's hobbies, or maybe you're very passionate about, exercising regularly, or maybe you're passionate about spending time with, your women friends, or, or listening to music, or whatever it is. And so when you're really loving yourself properly and unapologetically, you're allowing yourself to do things you feel passionate about. You don't let that slide, right? That remains a priority, which is very important. And number 5, you'll also allow yourself to get things that you want, to actually go get things that you want. Like you won't feel guilty going to the store and getting something, or driving through Starbucks and getting that latte, or, just doing thoughtful things for yourself instead of it always just being, what everybody else needs in the house, or what is absolutely necessary, or things like that. So you'll allow yourself to get the things you want. And maybe it's even like a massage, or take a little trip, or whatever it is, but you'll let yourself do these things. Number 6, you're going to be more honest and direct in conversations about what you think and feel, no matter where you are. All right. So when you love yourself properly, one of the benefits is you will be more honest and more direct in all your interactions with other people, whether this is at home or at the office, whether it's at the school, whether it's at the doctor's office, wherever it is, you will be able to be more honest and direct and ask questions, powerful questions that are important for you to have answers. I notice with people, their hesitation sometimes to ask doctors questions and question the doctor about, things the doctor might be suggesting, recommending, subscribing, whatever. And it's like, hey, they're there for you. Like they are there for you. And their goal is to help you be healthy. And so it's okay to ask, it's okay to question them. It's okay. That's what they're there for. Now they're often rushed. I know they're under time crunches a lot. You probably think they don't have a lot of time, but yet it is their job to help you to understand your health from their perspective and what's going on from their perspective and what their best recommendations are. And so you absolutely want to stop them and say, hey, I don't quite understand this, or how many times a day did you say I need to take that? Or what is this condition you're suggesting? Or what was my blood pressure? And just make sure you get it, you understand it. And then, of course, with people you live with at home, you're much more likely to be honest and direct about what you need, what you hope for in your relationship, or if there's something wrong, being more willing to bring it up and have some of those conversations that we tend to avoid, or downright, I mean, run from if we are feeling insecure about ourselves. Okay. And, at work, whether it's the boss, a coworker not, you know, doing their part, confusion you have about something, asking for the raise, whatever it is. So you're going to be more direct in your conversations. It doesn't mean mean. You're going to be more direct and honest and willing to have the conversations. Number 7, you will have enough energy for everything that's important to you. Doesn't that sound glorious right there? I mean, if there was not even another benefit of loving yourself properly, that one is gold, right? Having the energy for everything that's important to you. So many of you tell me you're tired, you're overwhelmed, you've run out of steam, and you're stretched too thin, and things like that. And it's like, when you get your balance with loving yourself properly in the context of living all the other things that are important to you, you will balance this energy, and it'll feel so, so wonderful. It's really something to strive for. Number 8, you will be able to say no more easily to everything that's not important to you, or just simply does not fit in the balance of your life and the balance of your energy we just talked about. So saying no will become a more comfortable thing for you. And sometime maybe I ought to do a podcast on just how you can say no and ways to say no and everything, because it is so, so important. And I always teach to my coaching clients too, to sort out life between absolute yeses and enlightened no's. So your absolute yeses are those things that you just feel energized when you think about, or you just know, I'm all in. That absolutely is important to me. I know, or that really fits for me, or that lines up with my values perfectly, and I have the time for this right now, or please count me in. When you're feeling those excited, bubbled up feelings, those are your absolute yeses in life. But your enlightened no's are the things that, someone invites you to go somewhere, or someone asks you to do something, and you get that feeling inside of, oh, I don't want to disappoint her, or I'm not sure I can commit to that right now. And oh, yuck, that doesn't sound great to me at all. These are your enlightened no's. And it's really important to get comfortable enough to give an honest no to someone. And there's gracious ways to say no. And when you love yourself, you do not feel bad about saying no. And a thing to remember is that when you give an enlightened no, you are doing these people a favor. I promise you, because nobody wants somebody on the committee who doesn't want to be there, or isn't going to show up because they're too drained, or, resents the whole situation. No, saying yes when you mean no that's dishonest, it's inauthentic, and you're both gonna, there's gonna be consequences for everyone. So really, you're doing everyone a favor if you're honest enough to say no when you really need to, or you really mean it. Number 9, you're going to be healthier in mind, body, and soul. You will be healthier. There's all kinds of research around this. The positive effect of loving yourself, feeling good about yourself. Your body cells literally respond to your happiness, to your joy. Your body literally responds to it. And you get all these happy chemicals moving, and, all these wonderful things. I tell people all the time, my best anti-aging secret is happiness. And part of being happy is loving yourself. The more you love yourself, the happier you're going to be. The happier you are, the less you're going to age. Okay. You're going to feel younger. You're going to have more energy. Your immune system is going to be stronger. I mean, I could go on all day long about this. I won't, but just trust me, trust me, trust me. And also in your mind, when you're loving yourself, you're then you're working on a healthy mindset. So there's less negative self-talk, there's less fear-based feelings in your life because you're feeling more secure, you're feeling safer, you're feeling more confidence when you're loving yourself more. So the mind is actually more peaceful. You don't take what others do as personally. You know how to separate what's your business and what somebody else's. It's a much healthier way to live. And of course, your spirit, your soul, whatever you call that, is more fully expressed the more you're loving yourself. So you're just healthier all the way around, much, much better when you are loving yourself properly. And the other, reason this is one of the quote unquote benefits or consequences of loving yourself is because you're doing all the things I've already listed, right? You're not carrying around a bunch of guilt. You're going and letting yourself get the things you want. You're putting up healthy boundaries in your relationships. You're having the important conversations. You're saying yes to yourself and letting yourself live your passions. I mean, these are all healthy behaviors, right? So it promotes our physical and emotional health as well. Okay, number 10, last but not least, I wrote this out kind of in a long way. Others will benefit by seeing your joy and peace. They will feel more secure in their relationships with you. And you will draw more positive, healthy, and delightful, respectful people to you and more positive experiences to you. Okay, now that's a mouthful, right? That's a mouthful. But basically, I'm talking about the ripple effect of all of this, which I talk about in my book as well, the Midlife Makeover Method. That when you're loving yourself unapologetically and you're doing all of these things and experiencing all of these benefits and so forth, it is catchy. People will notice, oh gosh, I like being around her because she seems so happy. Or, oh, I was with a group of women recently, did a little short talk there, and was told later that my presence was very calming to the group, that they appreciated the energy, the calm energy I brought to the group. And I thought, oh my gosh, I mean, I didn't enter that room and go, okay, bring your calm energy, Cindy, put your calm energy hat on. I mean, I just showed up. I just showed up and was myself. And it made a difference. People feel the difference. So they also know you feel it. Like next time you walk into a room, notice the people in the room that you are drawn to. Who are the people that you think, oh, I'd like to spend more time with him or her? Or I just feel good when I'm around him or her. Or the ones you go, how fast can I get away from this person? Or how can I politely excuse myself from this conversation? Or, oh, you feel prickly or you feel like uncomfortable, or you really get this flood of energy of negativity or stress from someone, or their heavy heartedness, they're very depressed or down or just really overwhelmed and burdened with something. Those are energies that are tough to be around, right? For various reasons. And sometimes, let's face it, we've all been there in those states of energy as well. But when you're loving yourself, I'm telling you, people will see it and they'll be attracted to it. You're going to attract people who like to feel that way as well. You're not going to attract the negative Nellies out there. You're not going to attract as much the angry, rawr, we hate the world, people. You're going to attract other people who are really striving for a life of peace and joy and happiness and wanting to make a positive impact in the world. So you will be uplifted as well. Like you're bringing a positive vibration, and you will add to that through the ripple effect. And that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. So I can't think of any good reason, honestly, on earth to not love yourself. I can't. I've racked my brain and I just can't think of one. If you can think of one, please contact me immediately and let me know, because I just cannot think of one. And so that tells us something right there, right? There is no wrong, bad reason to keep from loving ourselves. So please make it a daily practice. Sprinkle in as many of these as you can in your daily life to really enhance your love for yourself and experience the joy that comes from that. And notice how it affects your relationships with other people, because it's going to be a positive thing. It's going to impact others in a positive way. So when you think you're being selfish by loving yourself, it's totally inaccurate, because others will benefit, trust me, from you doing this. So as a wrap up, I want to just remind you again, you can go get my free guide. It's your time. Uh, how to start loving yourself unapologetically today. And it's at my website, cindydwhitmer.com. It'll pop up there for you on the homepage. And I hope you enjoy it. And feel free to contact me about anything. I appreciate your feedback about the podcast. I appreciate you writing a review if you feel like this is a positive experience. I really appreciate those reviews out there, and to share it as well with others who might benefit from what's happening. All right. Well, thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Life Makeovers podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with those that you think would also benefit from what we're doing here. And I will talk to you again soon.